According to the Quran, Surah 52, Ayat 39, sons are worthy more than daughters. According to Surah 2, Ayat 223, women are sex objects. Across the Quran, women are declared only in this way, not in any other way. No other verse would defeat this verse. According to Surah 66, Ayat 1, Islamic men don't have to keep their oaths, commitments, even with who they call their wives. They don't have to keep commitments. Ridiculous.
What?
Yeah, you might be surprised because you may not know the Quran. But please, let me finish. Amar, you need to hear me out. You may be surprised, but keep your surprise for the end. Surah 2, Ayat 2 to 9. Men can get rid of the sex objects at their will. Surah 2, Ayat 2 to 9. Surah 66, Ayat 5. Women, Islamic men can replace their sex slaves, can replace them as we would replace car, tires and so on.
He's not even telling half the story. His interpretation, presenting his interpretation as the Quran.
Would you like?
It's lying. That's dishonest. That is dishonest.
But if you interject every now and then, it's not a sincere conversation. Surah 2, Ayah 235, Islamic men, whilst they have,
he's quoting the surah, he's quoting the chapter, and then he goes to his own words.
You are a
They're
speaker's
quoting the
corner.
Quran and the chapter.
You are
exactly what is in here. He's not
This
doing
gentleman,
that.
don't.
He's a part of the crowd. Yeah.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
it's a conversation.
He's part of the crowd. He is who we call Dawah, mafia, jihadist, troublemaker. That's what he would call. You, on the other hand, is a lovely man. And where are you from? Ethiopia?
Because he don't know you.
Ethiopia, Sudan. You're a lovely man. I am a Christian. I'd like to engage with you.
No,
But
you have to
please
be
ignore
honest.
him
The
and
principle
stay
of honesty.
focused.
If he's
Stay focused.
and he says a verse, then he start talking his own.
We can read
his own
every
opinion.
verse.
That's lies. Yeah.
Surah 2, Ayah 235 says,
Yes.
Islamic men can have secret
Doesn't say
sex
Islamic
slaves.
men. It doesn't say that.
Secret sex
It
slaves.
doesn't say that.
You know what? You might have heard that Islamic men can have 4 at a time. But what you may not know is that they can have some secretly. In other words, they may have a fifth one somewhere in a hotel, sixth one in some other hotel, secretly.
So he's claiming it's
Islam,
the Quran, but he's
Surah 33,
If he does that to the
Surah 33, Ayat 33, even Muhammad kept his women under house arrest. So clearly, if Muhammad was an example for Islamic men, then Islamic men can keep Islamic women as under house arrest, not even let them leave their homes. That's Surah 33, Ayat 33. Surah 4, Ayat 34. Islamic men can beat their women. Surah 4, Ayat 34.
Can you read it?
In what place, in what situation can they beat? I'll finish my points. If you're desperate, go take your loo break. Don't disturb Ammar. Ammar is patiently watching. This COVID fellow can go to the toilet. Thank you very much.
Not protecting me from your jail. Can you read it?
Surah 24, Ayat 30, 31, Ayat 60, 61 is a classical case of victim blaming where Islamic men in their sexual lunacy, because they are sexual lunatics, the women have to cover even their faces.
Now, if you're lying on somebody's religion, you're promoting religious hate.
Surah 65, Ayat 4 allows Islamic men to even have children as their sex slaves.
So you have to tell him he's lying.
Surah 33, Ayat 36 and 37. Even a son's wife.
He's not engaging with you now.
Can you imagine the level of sexual delinquency? Even a son's wife, you are allowed to have as your own sex slave.
Not with me. Can't.
Number of points I have made. You add all of these together, and what you find is that Islam is a sex ring.
No, it's not, man.
A pedophilic sex slavery ring. Please respond, Ammar.
You cannot be honest, you cannot be a Christian.
I'll hold.
Christianity is based on honesty.
So you're making up a bunch of lies. Nothing that you said is true. Everything's taken out of context. And I
Which
just
one?
want to be super clear.
Choose
All your
one.
10 points.
Choose one.
All your 10 points.
Shall we choose go
All
one?
your 10 points.
One at a time. Shall we go one?
One at a time.
Which one? Which
Go one
choose?
at a time.
Which one? Which one?
Islamic men.
Which one? This one. Islamic man. Yeah, okay, go.
Where does it say
This one
Islamic
here.
men?
Replace the sex slaves. This one here.
Replacing sex slaves. So I said Islam allows men to replace sex slaves. He is saying I am lying because he has never read his Quran. Let me read the ayat for him. Surah 66, ayat 5.
What does it say? What is the translation first? What is this translation?
Surah
Exactly,
66.
That's true, actually. What is the transition? Sorry, what is the transition?
Surah 66, ayat 5. Perhaps, Surah 66, ayat 5. Perhaps his Lord, if he divorced you, would substitute for his wives better than you.
You talking to who? Talking to me, bro?
Listen.
Well, listen carefully. Who does the Quran speak to? The Quran speaks to the Muslims.
Is that what he said?
And in this particular situation, the Quran is speaking to a particular Islamic lady. And what is it saying?
No, it is
Yeah.
actually, we have the point.
Your leading example.
We have
Yes,
the point
Muhammad,
right
your
here.
leading example. What does it say? Perhaps his Lord, namely the Islamic Allah, if he, Muhammad, divorced you, would substitute for you. You would be substituted, which is what I call replaced. Can you imagine God of the Bible saying, I will replace one lady with another for you? Can you imagine the level of sexual lunacy? Did you focus on the point? Let's read.
Can we read the same one?
No, Surah 66, ayat 5. Is that what you're reading?
Yeah, verse 5. Yeah,
Please read.
Can I read
Yeah.
it? So it says, perhaps his Lord, if he divorced you, all would substitute for him wives better than you,
Yeah.
submitting to Allah, believing, devoutly obedient,
substitute.
repentant, worshipping and traveling.
Yeah.
Once previously married and virgin.
Sure. Please explain.
That's not the same.
What is
That's not the same.
substitution?
So you're saying if you get a divorce.
No. What is substitution?
So-
What does the word
It's replace-
substitute mean? I use the word
He's
replace.
marrying a new wife.
No. Listen carefully.
What's your point?
Listen to me. Wow. Listen. Mr. Deaf Man, please listen. If you listen carefully, you might appreciate. Do you need sign language? What does the word substitute mean? What does the word substitute mean?
To replace.
What did I say? Islam allows Islamic men to replace their wives. That's what I said. He agrees.
Okay, and?
Substitution means replacement. So he agrees
Okay,
that the Quran allows Islamic men to replace Islamic women.
Yes.
What an abomination!
Why?
Can you imagine
What's the issue?
women? What is the issue? Look at the level of delinquency. You're a lady, my dear friend. Are you a Muslim, my dear friend? Would you like to hear? Please listen. I'm speaking to her. Please stay quiet, sir. Thank you.
What?
Would you like the idea that you are replaced by someone else? Would you like the idea? So that's one. Would you like the idea that you're going to be replaced by someone else? Now listen carefully. The question is not whether you divorce or not. That's not the question. The question is, does Islam encourage the notion, the principle that women can be replaced? That's the question that I'm asking.
What in the world
That
are you
women
talking
can be
about?
substituted. How many of you are familiar with football? In football, you have substitutes. Substitutes, yeah? On the bench, people sit and they are fighting. They're waiting for their coach to give them an opportunity. Because they know only 11 can be in the field. Provided no one has been sent off, only 11 can be in the field. And
You're not making sense.
say again.
You're not making any sense.
So you're going to substitute,
You're not
please.
making any sense. You're not making any sense.
Sure. Thank you, much. All right. So the Muslim gentleman, the Muslim gentleman is happy for women being replaced. Let me quickly summarize. Why is Islam a sex slavery, pedophilia sex slavery ring? Because Islam prefers sons to daughters. Surah 52, ayat 39. Islam prefers women to be treated as sex objects. Surah 2, Ayah 223. Islam does not require Islamic men to keep their commitments to their Islamic women. Surah 66, Ayat 1. Islam allows Islamic men to get rid of their sex objects using a simple process of triple talaq. Surah 2, Ayah 229. Islam allows the Islamic men to replace their sex slaves as if they were stepney wheels. 66, Ayat 5. Say again. From where, please come? Do you appreciate replacing when it comes to women of your lives is not a good idea? Do you appreciate this?
No, it's not appreciated. It's not even right.
Replacing your wife is not evil?
Who told you that? There's a lot of people now, even say the Muslim men is taking care of their women.
Listen to my question, Captain. I'm not interested in your delinquent ideas. I'm focused on facts. Do you agree that you walking around thinking, oh, I can replace my lady with this lady walking around?
You don't get the idea.
I don't get Islam. I completely understand. This is where I'm asking you for help. Are you saying?
Can I speak?
No. Listen to my question first and then speak. Walking around thinking you're going to replace your women with someone else, is this a good idea?
Islam is never do this.
But is this a good idea?
It's not a good idea. But
It's not a good idea. So I'll read to you. Surah, so you agree it's an evil idea. I'll read to you. 66. Surah 66, Ayat 5. Perhaps
his Lord, he divorced you all, would substitute for him wives better than you. You don't get it.
Yeah.
He said,
Substitute.
1 second. Substitute here does not mean he will get rid of them and then substitute other people.
What does substitute
But
mean?
1 second. Just 1 second. Let me, as I hear you here. So the idea here is what? He said, tell your wives to listen to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. There is a context in
Not
this.
interested.
1 second. No.
What does substitute mean?
Wait. No. You cannot
What
take,
does substitute
no.
mean?
You cannot take the word out of the context.
Ignore.
No.
What
you
does
cannot.
substitute mean?
Wait a minute.
Not interested. So if you don't respond.
No,
I'm
I'm
going
not
to-
like responding.
What does substitute mean?
Here it says to them, you need to follow the path of God.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, and this
What
is
does substitute
no
mean?
substitute means like
Replace.
you will no.
What
He
does
will-
substitute mean?
The Prophet will divorce them, and then he will give you better than you because you don't follow the path. That's what they
In other
said.
words,
Substitute means like because we believe in divorce in Islam.
Please listen.
No, just 1 second.
I-
In Islam, there's a divorce. Islam said
In Islam,
divorce is okay.
listen to me carefully.
Yes, I want to listen. No, you
in
listen to
Islam,
me.
there is
Listen
not
to
even
me.
a marriage.
Sir, listen
So
to
forget
me
about
for-
divorce.
No, there is a marriage.
Where is marriage in Islam?
Wait a
Where
minute.
is marriage in Islam?
What do you mean that there is no marriage in Islam?
Where is marriage in
one
Islam?
of the biggest contract in Islam.
Where? Where is
What do you
it?
mean with the where? Marriage is very, very, very.
Do you have comprehension issue?
Sure. No, I'm
I've
not.
asked a particular question. Where is marriage in Islam?
no marriage in Islam?
Show me in the Quran. Where?
Really show, like not everything just in the Quran also.
Where
That's
is
what
it in
I'm
the
saying.
Quran?
You just
There is triple talaq in the
as you
Quran.
want.
Where is marriage in the Quran?
Thank you, sir.
Where is marriage in the Quran? Don't laugh. By all means, laugh. Laugh enough so people can follow you and capture you. Unbelievable. The Muslims are walking around and gaslighting. Apparently, there is marriage in Islam. Can you imagine this level of delusion? In Islam, there is no such thing called marriage. What you have in Islam is sex contract. Yeah. Sex contract of varying periods. That's what you have in Islam, not marriage. Hello, are you Muslim, sir? Sure. No problem. No. I am a Christian. I would like to invite everyone to Jesus. Jesus is marvelous. When it comes to Jesus teaching human beings how to treat women, marvelous, exceptional. And he led by example. He, throughout his life, did not even get married, let alone have a physical intimacy. He didn't even think about getting married. Why? Because he was so focused on more noble things. He treated women as friends in his team. Treating women as friends with respect is what Jesus did. Jesus, marvelous. What did Muhammad do? Muhammad took his daughter-in-law, Could you imagine taking your daughter-in-law as your wife, as your sex slave? Would you imagine doing that, sir?
Just listen, brother.
But can you imagine if you come across a person, let's say in your street, who took his daughter-in-law as a sex slave, he's an abominable man, isn't he?
Thank you.
He's an abominable man. Everyone can agree.
Just listen. Yeah.
Abominable man. So Muhammad is abominable, Jesus marvelous. Come to Jesus. Thank you very much. God's blessings. You, sir, we need to give me your emergency contact. I'll ring them, please. Emergency contact, I'll ring them, please. Thank you much. Well, I need to get someone to get you. But clearly you're roaming around here not knowing how to get back home. Thank you. Thank you much. I'm trying to help you get back home.
Thank you very much.
Sure. You're a Muslim, sir.
Oh, yeah.
The gentleman. Please come.
Okay, don't worry.
Earlier we were
I'm not
discussing.
knowledgeable enough for anything.
No, but you were hearing most of the points I made earlier.
Yeah.
You are a young man. You're 20 years old.
Yeah.
Early
28,
20s.
but yeah.
28.
Yeah.
You look very young. Maybe 24, 25. But that's really good. And you are based in the UK. This is where you were born.
Yeah.
So this is your home nation. And so I'd like for you to really evaluate the points that I'm making.
I know, but I genuinely feel like you're properly insincere in what you say in some aspects.
In what way?
I've seen a few videos. I'm not knowledgeable enough, but I've seen a few videos of other brothers talking to you as well. And many of the points that you made before, and I feel like maybe you have an agenda against the Muslims. I feel like you don't do this with anybody else in terms of any other religion or anything as well.
My dear
it's
friend.
always Muslim. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but it's always Muslim I hear. You know, so that's
You're a Muslim.
Yeah, of course.
I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking to a Muslim. And so please listen. What's your name?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim. My name is Arul.
I know.
You are my fellow human being. And for as long as you're sincere, I'll be having a sincere conversation.
Yeah,
with
but
you.
I'm not
I
very
gave a list,
knowledgeable in.
but don't worry. You don't have to be
Don't
knowledgeable.
you think you should talk to someone knowledgeable and talk to someone who can actually...
No, that's not
point
true.
then it's not
To
beneficial
discuss
then, right?
Islam, no. To
Because
discuss
then you
Islam.
could be saying things that I don't know if they're true or not. You know?
If I need to speak to people about smoking and how smoking can destroy them,
Of course.
I can speak to people who are smoking,
Yeah.
even if they haven't researched smoking. Yeah, you understand?
But that's general though, and everyone knows it's
please
wrong,
listen.
right?
Ibrahim, please listen. If I think walking across the street,
Yeah.
you may be hit by a bus,
Yeah.
even if you haven't studied traffic in detail, I can let you know. So my point is this: if an ideology is evil, I can speak to anyone who espouse that ideology,
But that's
whether they are
presupposing,
knowledgeable
right?
or not.
Yeah, but that's presupposing already, right?
Please,
You know?
because
Yeah.
you can, Ibrahim, as a fellow human being, listen to me,
course.
go back home. I'm not treating you as an enemy.
I
I'm treating you as a
understand,
fellow
yeah.
human being.
Of course.
But if I can mention some points from the Quran, let me go through the list again. Quran respects sons more than daughters. And this leads to,
And do you have a problem with that?
if you respect one sex other than the other by birth, of course it's a huge problem. When by birth, if you say my sons are better than my daughters, that's a
It
problem.
says that specifically, right?
Yes.
So you got 1 point at a time. You
Sure.
can have a look.
Yeah, sure. But let me give you a quick look.
I've already heard the quick points already.
So Surah 52, you heard the quick points already, yeah?
Yeah, I've already heard
Earlier
the
you
quick
were,
points.
yeah. So, okay, so sons better than daughters. Can we look at that?
To the,
Surah 52, ayat 39.
like I said, I'm not knowledgeable, but wherever
No problem,
I'm
but you can read. You can see if it is there, and you can help me understand, yeah?
I can't help you understand. This is why you should
No,
talk
but
to
you
someone
can help-
learned,
you
right?
can read, you can
ask
read.
Give you something, he can give you something, but you should
But you can read.
You answer, and you know you won't need to.
But you can
You won't
read,
need to ask this question again, right?
but you can read. Tell me what this says, yeah? Surah 52, ayat 39, yeah? Or has he daughters while you have sons?
So we got a bit back just to make sure. So do you understand what this is all about instead of taking one line?
I understand the entirety of the
Do you?
Quran. I've read
so
the
what,
Quran.
So what is this about, for example? Because I'm not as learned, so you can tell me.
The context in a few different places. I'll help you understand the context.
People, or did they say they made it rather than a believe? Let them produce a statement like it. This is not about okay. Or they were created by nothing, or they were the creators of themselves. Did they not create the heavens and earth? Or they have the trees? Or they stay in heaven, which they have. They have the listener produce their clear authority, or has he also while you have hands? Will you not really ask them they can be there back and you? They have knowledge about that, so write it down. But they need to plan. So what? So what is this?
I'll help you
I'm
understand.
sure this is not about.
I'll help you understand.
All right, go on, let's see.
Yep. In this idea of do you say that I have daughters when you have sons shows up in a few different places in the Quran, and it goes back to an accusation that non-Muslims brought up against the Islamic Allah. Yeah, the accusation was, hey, look, I'll finish. The accusation was, hey, you have daughters. You have daughters.
Do you understand that daughters are a blessing, right?
Please listen.
Do you understand
You
that?
asked me a question. I'm trying to clarify.
No, I have a problem with interjecting. Please forgive me.
Sure, but yeah, sure, no problem. No problem.
Make your point, then I'll jump in after. Okay.
So essentially, the context is in a few different places, non-Muslims were saying something which the Quranic author took as offense. And the offense that he took, the Quranic author took, was this. Oh, you say you have sons, you guys have sons, whereas I have daughters. That's how he takes offense. And this offense is in multiple places in the Quran.
Who takes offense to that?
The Islamic Allah.
But then at the same time, does Islam already dedicate a whole chapter to Maryam?
No, but stay focused
I'm
here.
just trying to give you
Stay focused here.
On the other hand, right? Don't we believe that heaven
We
is
can
under
go
the,
to any other point.
It's under the feet of the women, right?
It's
So
not
on
in the
other
Quran.
hand,
It's not in the Quran. That's not in the
whatever it
Quran.
is, that's what we believe.
It's not
right?
in the Quran.
Wherever we,
Please,
that
sir.
is what we believe, right? That heaven is under the feet of the
Ibrahim,
mother, right?
Ibrahim.
Do you disagree with that?
Listen to me.
You disagree?
I'll tell you what
This shows the fact that we can't even
I'll tell you.
women, let alone.
I'll tell you
have
something.
favoritism
I'll
over-
tell you something.
Yeah.
To have an intelligent discourse, we have to go one point at a time in
Understand.
detail. And I am asking you to focus on this one point. And the one point is, in multiple places, this point shows up, where the Islamic Allah takes offense
Where
for.
did he take offense? He never says I'm offended.
So what is the meaning of this? Or has he daughters while you have sons? What does it mean?
Like I said, I'm not knowledgeable, but like I said to you, of course you told us something.
If I came to you, and
can't take
if I
this
came
one
to you
thing I said out of context, right?
one second.
You
If
can't
I
take
came
it
to
out
you,
of context.
if I came to you, and if I said, oh, your clothing is nice, and my clothing is not nice.
Yeah.
If I said something like this, so
You
what
can be
does it
saying
mean?
it's such a beautiful, wow, you have nice clothes, and I don't. It means that you're appreciative of what the other person has.
No. If
But
I
you're
said,
putting a
if I
negative
said,
spin onto it already. That's what I feel like personally.
No, but
Yeah.
don't feel like personally.
Look, we're both
but
interpreting,
read,
right?
No,
We're
no.
both interpreting,
No,
right?
you're not reading even properly. Or has, you tell me, please go through this word by word. Has he daughters? Who is the he? The Islamic Allah. Has he daughters while you have sons? What is the purpose of this question?
I don't know. But you know why?
What is the purpose? What is the purpose
You
of
tell
the,
me. You tell me.
the purpose is expression of offense. The purpose is saying, hey, look, I am upset. I am offended.
Based on what?
I am offended by what you are saying.
Based
Is
on?
what? That's the tone here.
Yeah, but
has he? Based on the fact that it is even mentioned, he is mentioning that, hey, look, you guys have sons, and you think he only has daughters. That's what is mentioned out of the blue in the middle of a discussion, which means already that he is taking offense of that claim, the claim that they have sons, whereas the Islamic Allah has daughters. The Islamic Allah, through his messenger in this case, is expressing offense. So he is offended when someone is told you have daughters.
I don't
Whereas, well, don't believe it, but tell me, what does it say then?
I know what it says, but I don't. Like I said, I'm not knowledgeable in that to understand
Okay,
what it means.
that's
right?
fine. You're not knowledgeable, that's fine. Let me read another, let's go to another point. Let's go to another point.
I know, but I personally feel that maybe women are treated maybe better in Islam than any other religion.
This is not true. Women are victim blamed.
Are Christians allowed to divorce their wives? The answer is no. I've already seen that a lot.
In Islam, there is not even a marriage. Did you know this?
No, there is. In
What
Christianity,
is-
are you
what
allowed
is
to divorce your
marriage?
wife? No,
What
she
is
has to
marriage in
she
Islam?
has to endure
What is marriage in
everything.
Islam?
Marriage in Islam.
Yeah.
The same as any other one is between a man and woman.
In a
isn't
Christian,
it?
in Christianity,
That's
Christian
one
men,
point that you
please
can't-
listen,
yeah,
Ibrahim.
you can talk, but then
a
last
man,
point, then,
a man
Yeah.
is supposed to enter into a lifelong, love-based commitment, self-sacrificial commitment with one lady, and that is called marriage. What did I say? A lifelong, love-based commitment with a lady. Lifelong, number one. Number two, love-based. Do you have this in Islam?
I would say it's, I don't know personally, but I would believe that's a general statement for marriage, right?
No, that's the English.
You would agree with that. You would agree with that too, right?
That's the English.
Would you agree with that as well, or no?
That's marriage. Yes.
Would you agree? Yes, I
Yes.
agree. That's
A lifelong, love-based
Till death do us
commitment.
part, right?
Absolutely. My challenge to you is, in Islam, you don't have it. In Islam, what you rather have, do you know the term that is used to refer to marriage in Islam? It's called nikah.
I know that. Yes.
You know what the term means?
You can tell me.
The term literally means sexual intercourse. The term nikah literally means, look at the etymology of the term nikah. Nikah,
Nikah means a legally binding Islamic marriage contract and ceremony.
listen carefully. Nikah, etymology.
So you disagree with this, right?
Listen to me carefully. The word nikah, let me say, if I have, I'll show you this here. If you,
No, I do see here joining or sexual intercourse.
Yes,
Yeah?
that's what it literally means. Can you imagine me coming? No, once. Can you imagine me going to my wife and saying, "Hey, look, can we have sexual intercourse?" And you call that marriage? That's what
What else
exactly.
would you be doing in your marriage? You would disagree
Listen,
with that, right?
my dear friend.
But it's not like you go to a random person and go nikah, nikah, nikah. No, it's a
Listen
term of-
carefully,
No,
Ibrahim.
I disagree
You
with
are
that.
going against the obvious right now.
No,
In Islam,
there's nothing wrong with that at all.
listen. I'm not saying there is anything wrong with physical intimacy. I'm not saying.
Okay.
Between a husband and a wife, that
Okay.
also happens. But what I am saying is, in a Christian marriage, something more beautiful happens, which is a broader thing, a much wider thing, which is a love-based, lifelong commitment. Now, as part of the love-based, lifelong commitment, there is physical intimacy also, but in Islam,
But does the Christian
now
thing
please
go
listen,
against
you
that?
need to listen.
You know.
In Islam,
Yeah.
the entirety of what you have is described as sexual intercourse, nikah. And so help me understand,
We save it for
help
marriage,
me understand,
why? You guys
help me
have it all
understand
the time.
what
We-
in the Quran,
Yeah.
what in the Quran tells you that the relationship between a man and a woman is a lifelong love-based
This
commitment.
is one process of the Islamic marriage, right? You first get to know each other, and then of course you know that you're gonna have a nikah, and then you can do whatever you like.
Ibrahim,
But no one is
does the
disputing
Quran
that.
anywhere say husbands love your wives?
I don't know.
It doesn't.
But you told someone who's not knowledgeable, I told you I can only talk on what I feel it means.
Sure,
right?
but
Like I said,
that's
you
exactly the problem right now. The problem
So why
right
don't
now.
you go ahead and talk to someone who's knowledgeable, like I've always said?
No.
But you don't.
No,
Because you're afraid because all of these points will be done like this. Personally,
My dear friend, Ibrahim.
you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Listen to. I will move on right now.
I understand,
All
that's fine.
knowledgeable people at Speakers Corner run away from me. They flee,
I wonder
and you will
why.
see.
You know.
You wonder why?
Yeah.
You will see. Because they know when I bring my fact-based points, they're interjecting every now and then.
Sorry,
When I bring my fact-based points, they will have nothing to counter the points with, and therefore they run away. This is what happens week in, week out at Speakers Corner. I'm going to tell you, Ibrahim, something very important. Like I said, in Islam, there is no such thing called marriage, and therefore don't tell me that you have divorce. I will
You guys
tell.
don't have divorce?
Please, Ibrahim, please,
Yeah,
listen.
but I ain't
Please
the
listen.
expert.
Please listen.
You know, you guys
Please
don't have
listen.
divorce either,
Please
but
listen.
keep going,
Please
yeah.
listen.
Keep going.
In Islam, you don't even have marriage, and therefore you cannot have divorce. I'll clarify. What did I mean when I said you don't even have marriage? The entirety of how men are supposed to treat women, according to the Quran, are merely as sex slaves. And this is why I gave a long list. Girl children worse than boy children. Women are irrigable land, objectified. Men can do anything they want to them. Women can't do anything they want to the men.
Same thing in the Bible.
It's not there in the Bible. Never will you find it.
One thing
Never.
I've seen, I could be wrong, but what I've read, you know, is that even if you guys can take sex slaves as well, and they have no choice, as long as you give them a little bit of money, and you can go ahead and marry them and keep them.
That's not. No.
If I'm wrong, you can put in the comments whatever it's going to be, but based on what I've
Ibrahim,
heard
you're
already,
misunderstanding.
No.
You're misunderstanding. Let me ask you this.
Understand, last quick minute, because I've got
Find out. The Bible will never talk about sex slaves. Will never, ever.
But that's a different topic, the Bible, isn't it?
No,
You
that's
know?
the point you said. You said sex slaves can become wives.
Somewhere
The
within-
Bible
somewhere
never
within the,
ever talks about sex slaves. Never ever. It's an abominable thing.
Understand, but it
It's a
doesn't give the
war
option of
crime.
divorce to
It's a
women.
war
You guys are
crime.
meant to be progressing.
It's a war
and
crime.
giving everything to women, and you're not allowing
Ibrahim,
them to divorce,
Ibrahim.
right? So how can you love them as much?
Listen
You
carefully.
can beat your wife up so much, yeah, you're not allowed to. She's not allowed to ask for divorce.
You have been,
You can
Ibrahim,
finish off here, but
you
yeah.
are indoctrinated through what, don't interject.
Well, you can finish off here, yeah?
In a Christian nation, divorces happen. You know this.
Happens everywhere, right? Yeah.
In Christian nation also. And the divorce happens here because divorces are permitted. Now, are divorces permitted according to the new covenant? No. But the new covenant occupies a place which is along with the law of the land. And so, when a crime is committed according to the law of the land, a lady is perfectly able to come out of a relationship. So the idea that women can't divorce is just nonsense.
I disagree,
Not nonsense. You can disagree, but I'm telling you the
but
fact
wouldn't that
here.
go against the Bible then if you can't disagree, right?
Whereas the Quran is an all-encompassing Sharia, and according to the Quran, women are sex slaves.
I disagree.
You know what triple talaq is? Do you know? Do you know what triple talaq is?
Well, where you can divorce your wife and you say it 3 times.
Yeah. You say talaq, talaq, talaq.
But it's not as simple
Listen,
as that,
Ibrahim,
though, innit?
Ibrahim,
You know.
please listen. Please listen.
Yeah, it's not as simple as that.
Please
Come on.
listen. But please listen.
It's not.
But please listen.
I'll listen. Go on. Quickly,
Please.
last point, then wrap it up, then I can go.
If you say talaq, let's say I got this phone from my shop nearby. Yeah, let's say. If I bought this shop,
Can I get a picture?
one second. Please, you need to wait.
She's almost
If I got this phone from an Apple shop, I can't even with the phone go back to them and say talaq, talaq, talaq. Take the phone back.
But what's the meaning
Please
behind
listen.
it, right?
Please
You can say
listen.
you can
Please
have the phone
listen.
back. They offer refunds.
Please
don't they?
listen.
They offer refunds.
Please listen. Please listen.
Does it make no sense?
Please listen.
Okay.
Even with a silly phone, forget about a silly phone. Even with a lollipop, if I get a 30p lollipop, I can't go to a shop again and say talaq, talaq, talaq. Take the lollipop back. I can't do that even with a 30p lollipop. But that's what Islamic men do with women. You call that divorce? It's an abomination.
You guys don't give divorce.
Talaq, talaq, talaq is not divorce.
And ask for a refund, they'll give it to you, no problem.
Talaq, talaq, talaq is not divorce. Talaq, talaq, talaq is women abuse. You call that divorce? You are gaslighting. It's an abuse sustained over centuries. You are born and brought up here, yet when I make simple points, you're just running away from the points. That's not good.
Like I said, I am unknowledgeable, but at some point that I do have.
But when you say talaq, 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 you can't do talaq, talaq, talaq even with a lollipop. And you think you do that with women and you call that
No one
divorce?
said you do that. For instance, yes, okay, take care.
You can do that with women? What you would not do with lollipop? So this is the problem, my dear friends. In Islam, there is no marriage. Neither in Islam, there is divorce. What you have in Islam, the triple talaq, is women abuse. Thank you very much and we'll catch up later. Thank you. After a break.
I think on the 19th of July.
Praise the Lord. Say again, brother. Wobbly, yeah? Maybe I didn't, because I was upset with JC. Maybe I didn't do it properly. Let me do it properly. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just that.
Just to let me know the battery, the model of the battery on that.
Yeah, sure.
See if I can get another battery. I mean, one more battery would do you good, wouldn't it? And at least then you can shut up whenever you want. You've got that bit extra if you need it.
Yeah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you.
Are you getting off now? Yeah.
Say again?
Are you still out there?
Yeah, just a break. Just a break. Could I hold the
Towel, quick.